Surprise medical bills have become so common in the U.S., they affect more than half of the population. Today in our ongoing series, Money versus Medicine, we're covering one man whose emergency surgery left him with a massive financial fallout. A Long Island, New York man was experiencing back pain so bad he couldn't walk. When his doctor told him he needed to have surgery immediately or risk being paralyzed, he chose to have the surgery. The good news? The surgery was a success. The not so favorable news? When the bill came, the man was left in shock. That total bill came out to over $650,000. This leaves the very large question, are the soaring medical costs worth the care, or are patients being taken advantage of? We have Frank join us today via Skype. Frank, let me just cut to the chase. How did this end up being a bill for over $650,000?
That part of it, I couldn't tell you that I ever knew what was going to happen.
I'm assuming because in your mind, this was an emergency surgery. You weren't sitting around thinking about, well, how much is this going to cost me?
Did anyone even discuss cost with you before you were wheeled into surgery?
No, there's never any discussion. It was mostly about severity of my situation.
So we're going to break this down, Frank. We're joined in our audience by orthopedic spine surgeon Dr. Hooman Melamed. I know you've reviewed Frank's case. So tell me your thoughts on the case.
I think the decision for medical necessities should be made between the doctor and the patient. The insurance company is not allowed to interfere in this process. And, you know, if this Frank is in excruciating pain, I saw that MRI, that looks pretty bad. You know, I would probably tell the patient, you need to go. I mean, that is like pretty much compromising, severe narrowing of the entire spinal canal. The whole spinal canal is filled with like look at disc herniation. I mean, that is an emergency surgery, and I think the doctor was right.
And Dr. Melamed, unfortunately, this decision is being made by either a non-doctor or a doctor who's not specialized in spine surgery.
That's correct. A lot of times when I talk on the phone, I'm talking to a nurse, a family practice, or a general surgeon who have no clue. I mean, they're just reading some script, and they're not even listening to the patient's problem, and they're making up guidelines. One guy told me, pain is not an indication for surgery. I said, so you're telling me if the patient is in pain, he cannot have surgery? He's like, no. I said, where do you get these guidelines from? They literally making stuff up to avoid paying people for surgery.
But there are two elements to this, okay? So you're saying, as an orthopedic spine surgeon, you believe this was a medically necessary procedure.
1,000%.
Let's move beyond that, because I don't care how medically necessary it was. $650,000. Whoa!
That's a lot.
Whoa!